Well, hello there. What is going on, everybody that is paying attention right now? We're doing a little pre show shindig over here on the Pro Wrestling Shoot. Just going to wait for some people to pop in, and we're going to dive into talking about some WWE 2K24. We're about 10 minutes out. No, 5 minutes out. 5 minutes out from when we were scheduled to go live. Had a little extra time on my hands, so I figured why not just pop up in here. What's going on? You got James, another member of the Pro Wrestling Shoot, saying, hurry up, Mark. Hey, I'm early, bud. Something you know nothing about, James. Something you know nothing about. Drake, Swan, I'll be back once it's live. What is going on? Mike says, yeah, bomb. What's going on, dude? Yeah, guys, we're going to dive into some 2K24 news. I got a video dropping for you guys tomorrow. Actually, after I'm done with this, I'm going to edit that piece together and get it ready. But new video is dropping tomorrow. That's for sure. That's for sure. Man, a lot of things to expect. I can't wait to actually be able to confirm some of the things that I have heard for WWE 2K24. It's exciting times. It's exciting times. There's a lot of news going on online, though. There's a lot of stuff going on online. If you follow the most hated bunny on Twitter, he seems to think he has the inside scoop for everything. But, some of the stuff is accurate. Some of the stuff is not. You know what I mean? James, what's up? He says, love the video background. Thanks, man. Yeah, threw that together last night. Yeah, dude. So there's a lot of things being dropped. Obviously, we're gonna get a little teaser come November. Looks like for the Survivor Series, we are gonna be hearing some news about WWE 2K24. I don't think we're getting a full-on trailer or a full-on reveal of anything for November, but I do believe that we will be getting that in January. January for the Royal Rumble. That's what's going on. Mike says, "What's going on, Jesse? Let me hear. Let me hear from your info. What you trying to hear, man? What you trying to hear?" Says, "Love the background. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Trying to keep it different. Every time we go live, I want to have something a little different for you guys when it comes to the backgrounds and stuff." This Tuesday, when the Pro Wrestling Shoot goes live on our normal podcast schedule, we will have a Halloween theme because we're going live on Halloween. So that's going to be interesting. Yeah, man. What are you guys looking forward to in WWE 2K24? I know that there's a lot of talk online. There's a lot of wish list stuff. I guess we can just dive into some wish list, man, because I know that a lot of people are wanting some simulation things. I know they're wanting some match types back, things of that nature. But what's everybody's number one? Because I've also heard some comments said that if X, Y, and Z is not in the game, then we're not going to purchase the game. So what is it for you guys that will determine whether or not you're going to get the game? We got a couple more people popping up in here. Let's see here. Mike says all up to date on 2K. Beach Bites, what's going on, man? He says hi all. Paul says I'd like the Mountain Dew Pitch Black match since it's Bray's last match before he passed. I'd also like a Firefly Funhouse Inferno match and Scaffold match. I can confirm right now there is no Scaffold match and there's probably no Inferno match. But there is a huge tribute going on for Bray Wyatt for WWE 2K24, and that's honestly what I think is going to be our pre-order bonus. Let me fix a setting real quick right here because I think this setting may be lagging my screen a bit. There we go. There we go. That looks a lot better. For some reason, StreamYard has just, not updated everything quite right. They have this little feature where you can update your appearance, but every time I use it, man, it lags me out. Don't want to use that just yet. So yeah, they have I have been confirmed that they are doing a tribute for Bray Wyatt. I'm assuming this is going to be our pre-order bonus. When you pre-order WWE 2K24, you're going to get the faces of Wyatt. I do think that we will possibly see a Firefly Funhouse match and a Mountain Dew match in WWE 2K24. So I do think that those things are coming. Let me see here. Oh, that's the one I got. Mike saying what up to Beach. Paul says, also, I can't stress this enough. Update backstage brawls with note opportunity. Yes. So the backstage is being addressed from WWE 2K. So I can definitely confirm that too, that some things are being updated on that. I don't know if they're going to completely make a whole new backstage, but there are things being addressed in that mode. So hopefully that has to do with, environmental things to where we can do more with the environmental. I'm hoping that that's the case. Mike says presentation, match types, etc. So match types, one thing I can talk about a little bit. There are going to be new match types in 2K24. One of the matches, one of the matches notably that I'm pretty sure is coming back. I'm almost 99 to 100% sure that this match is coming back, and it's the special guest referee. I don't think this is going to be a selling point for 2K. I don't think that's your selling point on the video game, so I think something bigger is coming for the selling points. I know last year that they used the War Games as their selling point. War Games obviously is not the selling point this year, but some things are being updated in that match as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with that. But I'm assuming we're going to get stuff like Firefly Funhouse. We're going to get the Mountain Dew match, special guest referee. But match types won't be your selling point this year. I think that they're doing something big with showcase mode that is not being revealed at all or talked about, so I don't have the info on that. But showcase mode, universe mode, and my GM mode, something big is happening for those. I'm assuming we are going to be getting a major overhaul on universe mode, considering they just got a hold of the coding in the universe mode. So 2K23 was the first year that they were able to actually dip in to that coding for the universe mode. So I'm thinking that we're getting promos back. We're going to be getting a good overhaul for that. So Paul says, boo. Yeah. Cross-platform's not going to happen, James. I know that cross-platform might happen, but not cross-play. Cross-play won't happen because Sony wants a huge cut when you make a game crossplay, and the only people that are willing to give that cut, stuff like Call of Duty, things of that nature, 2K is not willing to pay that fee for bumping over to crossplay. So no crossplay, at least from what I'm hearing. If they add crossplay, everything's subject to change, but if they add crossplay, I'll be extremely happy. That would be fun because I got friends that play on Xbox. I'm over on the PS5. I got friends that play on PC, so it would be nice to hop over there with a symbol, yeah, and play some 2K24, man. Beach Bite says, I just want the game to work. Don't we all, brother? WWE 4 Live 316 says Fire Pro Wrestling World. I mean, if you're into that, if you're into the Fire Pro, that's not, look, for me, I'm more of a simulation guy with some good graphics. So that's why I was kind of underwhelming when AEW Fight Forever came out for me. I was happy that we were going to get to play an Aki game, but at the same time, those graphics, man, when we live in 2023 and we're making games that are just so downgraded in graphics, it's just not for me. I mean, if I want to pop on the Nintendo 64, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1 even, or even a Super Nintendo, at this point, I could probably do that and play some old games with the graphics. But for me, I'm a graphics guy, man. I need to have that new updated look and feel. Mike says, that's what's up. Rest in peace, Bray, forever. Yeah, dude, I'm really excited to see what they do with this Bray Wyatt stuff, man. I know there's a huge tribute coming, so I'm excited for it, man. I don't think he's gonna be the cover star. I don't think that we're getting a showcase mode with Bray Wyatt. I could be wrong because once again, everything that's going on in showcase is really, really hush hush. There's actually a lot of stuff that's just so hush right now, but we're going to be getting some sort of teaser. It's rumored that we're getting some sort of teaser by Survivor Series, for sure. A trailer drop by Royal Rumble. So the game is still scheduled for a March release. So that's good to me. I know a lot of people are talking about missing the October release date, but when you play multiple games like I do, there's a lot of games that come out in October for me. And for me personally, not having WWE be one of them is a good thing for my bank account. I'm just going to go on and say that. Mike says, shout out to Brian. Yeah, Brian Williams is the man. Gabe says, yo, what's good? What's going on, Gabe? The Exodus says, what about crawling pins? Crawling pins could be a thing. I'm hoping they're a thing. There's a lot of simulation features that need to be added back in this, man. We've talked about on our videos. We've talked the crawling pins. We've talked a whole overhaul submission system to where you can tap out or pass out or even crawl to the ropes better, make some better mechanics for the submission systems. We've also talked about things like chain wrestling. There's a lot of things that definitely need to be brought back to the game. I remember the one year that they had the diminishing face paint. That was definitely a thing that we want back in WWE 2K24. As well as, like something simple like pulling the straps down. You know what I mean? Those are things that WWE 2K definitely needs to address because the fans are wanting it, man. The fans are wanting it, and I'm one of them. Ben and Snyder, where's the weird guy that's usually here? Who are you talking about? James is on the Pro Wrestling Shoot on Tuesdays. So on Tuesdays, James is a part of that. He's a part of the podcast side. Definitely. He's in the chat, man. He's in the, hey, weird guy, say something in the chat. Let me see here. Paul says, meh on special ref. You're one of the first people that I've seen say meh on special ref. That has been one of the most requested matches to make its return to WWE 2K for quite some time. James says improvements on my GM mode, less restrictions. Yeah, we need that thing online is what we need. Paul says the career mode should start from the territories to ECW, and WWE. Get as much out of it as possible. Also, ECW legends like Raven, Tommy Dreamer, Jazz, Beulah, Sandman, WCW, Wise, Canyon, Mortis, etc. Look, they own the rights to ECW and WCW. I don't know why we're not using these themes as much as possible. It could have to do with licensing things, like when they redid Halloween Havoc for NXT, they had to put out the trademark for it because WWE likes to own everything. So if they canceled the trademark on stuff like Barely Legal or Heat Wave from ECW, then they probably just don't want to waste money on going back and trademarking it just for a video games purpose. But I see what you're saying, man. They definitely need to use their property more. I want to see more WC like Road Wild, Bash at the Beach. Cody Rhodes, when he was in AEW, tried to put a trademark on Bash at the Beach. He failed the trademark, so they had to do something else. I see Conrad over here too. Devin says, I want to see a Bray Wyatt showcase mode. It's not out of the realm of possibilities. I think that we could possibly be getting a Bray Wyatt showcase mode. I don't expect it. I expect a different tribute when it comes to Bray Wyatt, just because showcase is probably going to end up somebody like Randy Orton, maybe even The Undertaker. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly. Like I said, there's nothing being released right now about that. And I have not talked to Brian about that because I know that he can't tell me right now. He probably would tell me, but I don't talk to him about that. Paul says Midnight Express should be legends in the game. Dude, 100%. I want some more legends like that, dude. I'm an NWA guy. Everything Pro Wrestling, what's up? Points an arrow at himself, says not the weird guy. That's what's you guys like AEW, man. Go and check out their review on AEW Dynamite right after AEW Dynamite. Go and check their channel out. Subscribe to them. Ben says creations. Don't care about anything else. Amen. You're not alone. You're not alone in that, because creations is the selling point, as always, for WWE. I think that's one of the main reasons why AEW Fight Forever had such a hard time selling that game, because they just really didn't have anything to create. And when you have a game that has everything like WWE 2K23 does, it's hard to compete with that, man. Like all the modes, the giant roster that they have, and then all your creation options. So it's hard to be a game in 2023 just starting out to come in and compete with something of the likes of 2K23. The problem is nothing works all the time. So yeah, community creations goes down, it drops. I mean, we need to create a story back, create a finisher. But that's the cool thing, is that I think that these things are returning. I don't know if they're returning in 2K24, but I would like to at least see create a story make its return. I know that that's something that's being asked about quite a bit. James says, considering legend contracts, Team 3D could be a pre-order, or however they showcase them. Yeah, I think so. I think that the Dudley Boys will end up in a DLC of some sort. That's what I think is going to happen, because the Dudley Boys, Carlito, Jade Cargill, these are all people that we expect to see in this year's game. So, yeah, I think that Jade Cargill will be a DLC as well. I don't think that you get her on day one, just because I think Jade Cargill hasn't even had a match yet. So they're finishing up their scans on Survivor Series. So they're finishing up the scans, Survivor Series, and Jade Cargill is probably getting scanned then, but then again, they still need to go and do the mocap for her entrance, right? So whenever they do the entrance, that's when they're gonna get an idea of what her movements look like, what she does when she comes out to the ring, things of that nature. The Exodus says the current DX entrance sucks, pun intended. So are we getting a better one? I would hope so. I'd hope that we get the entrance and the music. So once again, these are properties that WWE owns. I'm not sure why we haven't gotten them. The music is in there for tag teams, but you can't put them on a singles run, which is really weird. I don't know. Paul says, that's what I mean. People will buy it, especially the diehards. Yeah. Look, WWE 2K24 is not going to have trouble. It's not going to have trouble selling at all. Like, it's not going to. So we'll see what's up. I'm not really sure. Conrad hitting me with the super chat. Buddy, when I hit you with a super chat, you ain't got to super chat me back, but I appreciate you, man. He says, what are your top 5 new legends you want to see in the game? Also, pre-order bonus predictions. Pre-order bonus predictions is definitely Bray Wyatt. The Faces of Wyatt. I think that is going to be your tribute to Bray Wyatt. I think that we get the Faces of Wyatt as a pre-order. If you do watch a Symbols channel, which I'm sure everybody does, man, he's one of the best out here for doing this. A Symbol thinks that it's going to be Snoop Dogg, but I honestly believe that it's going to be Bray Wyatt and the Faces of Wyatt. Like, that is what we are getting for a pre-order bonus, not a DLC pack. I think that you get this in the game as is. That is the tribute to Bray Wyatt. So that's my predictions. And the legends I want to see, man, I'd love to see. I can't remember who mentioned it, but I would definitely love to see the Midnight Express make debut in the 2K games. I would love to see a Terry Funk. Terry Funk, man. You don't like Terry Funk, then you don't like professional wrestling. I want to see Terry Funk. I want to see all the Faces of Foley. I'd like to see a Mankind, Dude Love, Cactus Jack, and even a Mick Foley just by himself. I would like to see a lot more ECW and WCW guys, such as I want to see Ric Flair make his return, but I also want to see the WWE version of Ric Flair when he's older, when he got retired. Like, that's the Ric Flair that I want to use in universe mode. But I'll take the NWA and WCW version of Ric Flair as well. As far as other legends, man, I really wish we can get Sting in here, but I know that that's not going to happen. Unfortunately, it's just not going to happen. Maybe after he retires, then maybe he'll sign one of those Legends contracts. But until he retires, then I don't know. We'll see. James says, and as the so-called weird guy, I'm cleaning up before party time. James also, or Everything Pro Wrestling says, do you think we see the Dudleys in the game? Yeah, Dudleys are coming, man. 100%. I think we see the Dudleys, and I'm pretty excited about that. It's kind of weird that we have a Bubba Ray on Impact, yet they signed Legends deals. So I don't know how those contracts work with the Legends deals if you can make appearances elsewhere, but him being on Impact, I hope that doesn't hinder anything between him and WWE. But yeah, I'm excited for Dudley Boys, man. I want more ECW in my games. I'm a huge ECW guy, so if we can get more arenas. The thing that I thought that sucked about 2K23 was that the arenas, man, we didn't get any arenas. I mean, granted, we have a great Create an Arena that I think they're actually overhauling that as well. So hopefully we get some really good extra things to create the arenas with. But thankfully, we have that Create an Arena. We have an amazing community that makes the best content out there. You can get whatever you want on this game, which makes it incredible. So, yeah, dude, I hope we see more arenas. I hope we see more ECW, WCW, things of that nature, dude. I really want to see that stuff in the game. The Exodus says, also, can DX not be restricted to HBK and Triple H? I want to use X-Pac. Yeah, that's my thing, man. They put X-Pac in the game. There's a lot of weird things that went on this year, especially with the Cody Rhodes music. Everybody was annoyed with that. I do think that they are going to fix that. So it's is what it is, man. I'm looking forward to it. Beach Bites says presented. Let's see here. I would like to see custom shows in my GM. Yes, custom shows. So this is definitely something that I want to touch on. Custom shows is a great idea. Ben and Snyder says you were weirdo, bro. Bruv. Sorry, bruv. Yeah, custom shows is definitely something I would like to see added to the My GM mode, just because people who do want to create your ECW or even, a GCW, people like me who have our local promotions like Prestige or Defy Wrestling, our promotions would be pretty cool to see in a WWE game as a GM mode, just to see how it is. Or if you just want to make your own show. That is definitely something that they need to look into. And I think they are. Man. Like, that's not something that is going unnoticed. They definitely read your comments. If you're on my videos, I spam Brian my videos all the time. Brian reads your comments. He's not going to come on there and comment because he's not allowed to. And that's just a fact, man. He's not going to be able to come out here and say, oh yeah, we're working on this or we're doing this. He's not going to do that. But he sees your comments. He sees all the comments. He sees the videos, sees the ideas that I'm putting out there for the community. So it's definitely not going unnoticed. Paul says unlimited creation slots is a must. You're okay. So for creation slots, are you talking about creator wrestlers? Because creator wrestlers definitely needs at least a higher limit. The logos, man, we need to get away from that 1,000 logo limit, because the community that creates all these amazing creator wrestlers, they are doing wonders, but they are adding so many logos to do so, and it's taking up all the slots. You got the face textures, you got anything that's on their attires. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. So we need to raise that limit, man. I'm hoping that we at least get a 10,000 limit. Now, listen, I know that there's always going to be a limit, because you have to know about, the game itself and how it works, but there's always going to be a limit, but it needs to be a higher limit for sure. So I'm hoping. is Ben? Is Ben? I don't think Ben is Chris Williams. Is it Chris Williams? I don't think so. Devin says, do you think we'll ever see WWE eras mode similar to NBA 2K, like when you unlock more characters that you could not unlock from my faction? No, I don't think that we'll ever see that. And the reason being is WWE doesn't want to pay these wrestlers from other eras any sort of money or get contracts involved, anything like that. they will contract people that are under Legends deals and things of that nature to go. So Ric Flair, I don't think, is no longer under a Legends deal, and that's why you've seen him show up on AEW Dynamite. That's why we didn't see Ric Flair in WWE 2K23. So for the most part, the people that are in the game, for the most part, they do go out of their way to get contracts for certain people. We seen, Bruno Sammartino. We seen a few people show up this year that are not under Legends deals. So it's not out of the realm of possibility, but as far as a era mode, I don't see that happening, man. I just don't see them getting into I don't see them dipping their pockets that deep. Let's just put it that way. This ain't Tony Khan we're talking about. And pockets run deep. Paul says, at Everything Pro Wrestling, I'd like to see the original Sheik. That's a good one, man. It's a good one. WWE for life. I'm not getting the game if it isn't cross-platform. Oh, I mean, then you're probably not getting the game. It's probably cross-platform, but are you talking cross-platform or cross-play? Because they're two different things. Cross-platform, yes, but cross-play, not going to happen, I don't think. WWE, as much money as they have, it can be cheap at times, man. It can be cheap. Hey, man, we got 30 people in here. Thank you guys so much for joining. I appreciate that. Gabe says, do we know the consoles it will be on yet? No, we don't. We don't. Okay, so that's actually a good question because I want to dive into this. There's a lot of people that still own an Xbox One and, a PS4. They haven't gotten the upgrade just yet to the new consoles. The problem is if they do go back and we're putting the game out for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, etc., then they're not going to be able to use this new engine that they have a hold of. So once they got that new engine, I believe things will run a lot smoother. So the sooner they get away from Xbox One and PS4, the better, I think. That's just my personal opinion. I know it sucks for people who haven't gotten the opportunity to upgrade that yet, but hopefully during Black Friday, them Xbox Series X's and the PlayStation 5s come down in price for you on Black Friday, and you guys can get some deals, maybe hook yourself up with an upgrade, because the sooner we just go to this next generation, the better when it comes to the gameplay and how things handle and stuff like that. So I think it would be a good thing. Trust me. Devin says, I'd like to see Mr. Robert Stone in the game as a manager and as a playable character since he's got a match coming up this Tuesday. Never know. Never know, man. I don't think that we're getting that, but you just never know. Never say never, you know what I mean? So, let's see here. Got lost in my comments. The exit. Guys, if you want, also, if you guys want your comment read immediately, because I'm kind of going down a list, if you're in a hurry or whatever the case, we got super chats, man. I encourage you to use them. It pops up in a different screen for me, so I see it right away. The Exodus says, I hope showcase mode is The Rock, literally just for Hollywood Rock. My favorite Rock, dude. I love that. Hollywood Rock would be fun. And we could be getting a Rock showcase mode. Like I said, there's a few contenders for this. I think personally the cover star is going to be Cody Rhodes. That's who I think is going to be the cover star. Could be wrong, but that's my prediction. My prediction is Cody Rhodes, just because he's a ridiculous amount of over in WWE. If you hadn't known, if you haven't been to a live event in, a couple years since Cody's been on there, man, go to one and check out that reaction when you're there live. It's insane. James says, less restrictions on crowd fighting, potential fighting up the staircase near crowd, go old school like 06 or 07, I think, which had the scaffold climb. Yeah, I think that was 07. 07 had the scaffold climb, and that was fun. That was a fun little piece of business right there. It was a lot of fun to use that. James also says, the NXT theme show arenas should be in. Yeah. So like I said, man, they really gypped us on a lot of the arenas this year. We didn't get any. We got more custom arenas for like the Japan stuff for My Rise, the Mexico stuff in My Rise. There was a lot of things that were added that were basically just creations for our arenas I did like that they gave us some old school Attitude Era, but I felt like we had more Attitude Era stuff, or Ruthless Aggression stuff rather, than we had for anything else. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know what the decision making was on that piece of business, but we definitely need more arenas, man. I remember games having just loaded arenas. You had so many options before. Now it just feels like you don't really have much. James also says RVD or Flair in, even though AEW appearances. So, good question. That's a very, very good question. RVD may not make it in this year's game. He might not. And Ric Flair might not make it in this game again. I'm not really sure. Once again, this goes back to those Legends deals or people that they just want to reach out for contracts to put them in a temporary Legends deal to like make appearances in video games and things of that nature. Edge is still up in the air, right? Like Edge joined 2K. There's some people saying that he's already had his retention in the game. But then again, there's also some people saying that this game is already finished and made, and it's not. The game runs for quite some time. They won't be finished making this game until at least a couple months before they release the game. So probably around February, they're putting their final touches into the game. So that's a good question, man. I'm hoping that Rob Van Dam at least makes it in, because it took us a while to get him back before. So I don't know. Drake says Terry Funk in 2K24 maybe. I think we are getting Terry Funk. I think that is a high possibility, especially since, we did the tribute shows for him, everything like that. So I'm hoping that we get a Terry Funk dude and a Chainsaw Charlie. Man, that would be great too. Everything Pro Wrestling says, speaking of arenas, I wonder if we're going to get a lot of those international arenas or something that makes the arenas feel big time in the future. We could. I would like to see a Puerto Rico Backlash arena make it in. I'm sure that will, but you just never know with these guys, man. They kind of pick and choose. I don't know, man. Oh, let me see here. I'm really ruthless. I don't know if I'm reading that right. It says, can y'all do universe mode like real life with fireworks? What do you mean? Elaborate on that. Like opening show intros and stuff. That stuff needs to make a return in universe mode as well. So, elaborate on that. I'm not really sure what you mean. WWE for Life 316 says the thing that sucked about WWE 2K23 was the Bad Bunny pre-order for $120. Way too much money for a poop game. I enjoyed 2K23, man. Like I thought 2K2, like, look, there's no other wrestling game on the market that competes with it. So I mean, if you're looking at it from a wrestling game standpoint, I don't really know what you would get out of a game other than what 2K offers. So it just depends, man. Ben, online interests. Oh, thank you for that super chat, by the way, Ben. Online interests all the way, all the way. Tell them if creations ain't on point, they won't get my blood money, bruv. Okay. The entrances do need to be online. I agree, but they did add them back. They did add them back, and I think that confirms that this is Chris Williams, because I know Chris Williams wants them online entrances, and hopefully you do make a return this year, man. Miss playing that game with you. Let's see here. Who else we got? Paul says DX Run DMC theme should be in. We'll see, man. We'll see. Ben got you with the name. Yeah, he did. Chris always changing it, man. I don't see the actual YouTube at on StreamYard, which is what sucks, because if it's on a regular comment on the videos, then I can see the at and I can automatically know that it's Chris Williams with that C double wubba. WWE for Life says logo limit is poop. Yeah, I agree with that. But the game as a whole, man, is good. I'm still playing it to this day. So, I mean, I think it's pretty good. It's lasted all year for me. The Exodus says, I definitely love ECW, but it won't feel authentic without certain weapons like thumbtacks and barbed wire bats. No one's expecting no rope barbed wire matches, but they have to step up the violence. I agree. So, and I think Brian has noted that thumbtacks need to be in this game. So I'm hoping that is something that is put into place. Fight Forever came out and they had the thumbtacks, man. Why wouldn't WWE want to compete with that? That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to throw that out there and just kind of let you guys sit on it. WWE for Life says, I like Fire Pro Wrestling. Hey, man, if you're into it, you're into it. I don't like, so for me, I'm a graphic guy. That's what it is. I'm a graphic guy. I'm not saying it's not a good game. It probably is fun, but to me, it just reminds me too much of like the N64 days or Nintendo, Super Nintendo, stuff like that. So that's my only thing with Fire Pro. But they got another one too that's coming out with the Aki engine, and it's the Ultra Pro, right? Ultra Pro Wrestling. So that should be pretty good. For fans of that style of gameplay, that's good. I think that there's a market for that, and there's a market for the arcade style games. There really is. It's a different feeling no matter who you are picking it up. So for me, I like a simulation and an arcade style. I can go back and play Here Comes the Pain all day. Like that's an arcade style game to me. That's stuff that I had fun with. And then other people prefer the Aki engine, so they'll go back and play No Mercy. So that's really what it comes down to. Devin says, since WWE 2K24 is coming, what was your favorite WWE 2K23 entrance by far? Cody Rhodes. I'm a Cody guy, man. I'm a Cody guy. They need to fix the music so I can change his attire. But other than that, yeah, I'm a Cody guy, man. I've always loved the Cody Vader, you know what I mean? So I like his entrance, and I do like Roman's entrance. I think that those two entrances are just, there's nothing that gets better than that, personally. I think those two are good. I really like Gunther's entrance, too, even though it's so simple. I do like Gunther's entrance. I was just playing with him on the game, and I was watching his entrance, and I actually enjoyed that. Mike says, will we see double titles in the game? Yes. Yes, you will. That I can for sure tell you. Double title matches will be in the game. Drake Swan, do you think that Roman, Gunther, the Usos, or even Sami Zayn are on the cover of WWE 2K24? No. I don't think that any of them are on the cover. I think it's Cody, man. I think it's Cody. That's my prediction. The Exodus says, I'd buy Hollywood Rock from Here Comes the Pain as downloadable content, and I know I'm not the only one. You're not, man. I'd take my money. Like, take my money. I want that. I want the theme that comes with it, though. Like, you can't do Bad Bunny on me. You know what I mean? If you give me the Hollywood Rock, I need the Hollywood Rock theme. I need the look. I need the attires. I need all of that, man. I need all of that. I got to see Hollywood Rock's one of Hollywood Rock's final matches, and that was with Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania 19. So that was a lot of fun. Hollywood Rock is my favorite. That's my favorite. James says, I'm wondering that Edge will be classified as with the hidden names and the moveset entrance motions like they do with others. Taunts, rocks. Oh, yeah. So if he's not in the game, you will still have his entrance. You'll still have all that stuff. You know how it is, James. Like, that's how they do it every year. It doesn't matter if you're not in the game, you're in the game in some form or fashion, man. They've always got the history still lined up in those motions, the moves, taunts, etc. It's always like that, man. Beach Bite says, I will buy the game regardless. It's a 20-year habit by now. Look, that's where I'm at, man. That's where I'm at. That's the one game that I can tell you for sure I'm buying every single year. It felt weird when we didn't get a 2K21. Let's just put it that way. It felt weird. But after that crap in 2K20, man, whew, those are that's bringing back some flashbacks. WWE 4 Live 316 cross-platform. I am not getting both consoles. I just so I can download created wrestlers on Xbox as well. Oh, well, so the Community Creations is already crossplay. You can download anything. Like, that has already been crossplay. I don't know if you knew that, but if it's uploaded on Xbox, you can get it on PlayStation. Like, they changed that this year. So that one is crossplay. It crosses over. It's all one Community Creations now. And I think that's the reason why we've had so much trouble with it this year as well. But that is a crossplay. Drake says, okay, better question. Who do you think is going to be on the cover of 2K24 and whose showcase? So Drake said it a couple times, Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes, the cover star this year. I do believe that is what we're going with. because I think Cody Rhodes is winning the title at WrestleMania. But then again, I thought that last year, so who knows? But as far as the showcase, it's hard, man. That is such a hard thing, because if you would have told me during the making of 2K22 that they were going with Rey Mysterio as the showcase, I would have not believed it, because Rey Mysterio as a showcase, it was kind of weird. And if you played that showcase, it was so random. It was random matches for Monday Night Raw and stuff. I just think that, like, if you were to have an Undertaker or a Randy Orton, you would have a lot more stories to tell from a WrestleMania standpoint, or just a pay-per-view standpoint as is. I think it would be better. Personally, that's just my opinion. And yeah, I don't know, man. I'd like to see an Undertaker one. To be honest, if I'm being honest, what I would like to see in a showcase is more than just one superstar being added to the showcase. I want to see multiple guys make it in. Maybe even an era, like some people want era mode. I would like to see maybe a Ruthless Aggression showcase, or an Attitude Era showcase, or even a WCW, ECW showcase. Those are the things that would really excite me, because showcase mode as it is kind of boring in general for me. Like, I know that probably get me heat for with the 2K friends I got, but yeah, it's just showcase just doesn't really do it for me. I kind of get on that mode, beat it just to hurry up and get done with it, and then I hop on Universe and my GM and get online and things like that. Not my faction, because I don't play with that either. But yeah, it's just, that's what I would like to see, because it gives you more of an option, gives you different superstars to play with throughout your showcase mode. I think it would be more interesting than just an Undertaker showcase, or Rey Mysterio showcase, John Cena, etc. Like John Cena, you got the Invisible Cena and things like that. Crazy talk, man. Yeah, so that's all. That's how I think, anyway. Let me see here. Who else I got? Mike says, is the forklift going to be in the game? I don't know. I don't think that's coming, man. You're talking about the forklift from, like, Here Comes the Pain? I don't think that we're getting that. He says, we need to see oh my God moments. So the thing about oh my God moments is they're actually in the game. They're still in the game, but you don't have to get a finisher to do them. It's just something that happens naturally. I kind of like that, but I don't know, man. There's a lot of people that feel that the oh my God moments are just kind of one of those things that it looks like you're just playing out a cutscene, right? Like that's what they feel like. They want stuff to progress naturally. And I feel like 2K has done a good job at doing that, and they did that this time. So who knows? I would prefer them to keep it this way, but I do miss, seeing the oh my God, and like it just kind of felt like a bigger deal. But when you think about it in the broad spectrum of things, I think that doing them naturally and having the moves flow, like if I'm going to just toss somebody into a barricade, I'm going to toss them into the barricade and it's going to break depending on how you do it. I kind of like that. Paul says, or what if the cover star is LA Knight? I don't think so, man. Like, LA Knight is great. I love LA Knight. Yeah, but I think it's Cody, man. I think it's Cody. Go ahead and quote me on it, man. Quote me on it when this game gets dropped. I think we're getting a teaser. Like I said, Survivor Series. We got, next month's going to be interesting. So keep your eyes peeled on that 2K page on Twitter, or even following WWE, whatever the case is, man. You got to keep your eyes peeled, because they're going to drop something, and I think it's going to be the cover. Diego Devin says, love the channel. Love the channel by far, is amazing. I also want to know who you want to see on the Wrestling Code video game. The Wrestling Code is interesting, right? Like, that's just been one of those games that you were getting a lot of news about it during the build up for 2K23, and then all of a sudden they went rogue, and we just haven't heard anything from them. We got some screenshots. We even got a little bit of, not gameplay, but we did get like a cutscene that they have within that game. And I think it was Muhammad Hassan that was on the cutscene, if I'm not mistaken. So it's interesting, man. Like, Kurt Angle's going to be a part of that game. Like, how cool is that? Like, anything that you have Kurt Angle a part of is awesome to me. I'm hoping that Kurt Angle still is on the roster for WWE 2K24, and I think he will be. But I just, I don't know, man. I don't know what to think about that game yet because we haven't gotten enough news about it yet. If it's good, it's good. So, from what I've seen, it reminds me of a Legends of Wrestling game. I don't know if you've ever played those games. Go back and check the trailer out for Legends of Wrestling or some gameplay from that. That's what that game kind of reminds me of, like a modern day Legends of Wrestling. It's an indie game, so you got to take it as such. Lonnie Jones says, how you doing, bro? How are you doing, Lonnie? I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. Better than I deserve, that's for sure. WWE for Life says, why would somebody buy a wrestling video game without Sting? It did for years. Sting like went rogue on video games until Impact. So I mean, he was on the like WCW games for Nintendo 64, but then after that, the first I want to say Xbox 360 game he was a part of was Impact. So I don't know. I love Sting, man. Don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on Sting at all. Sting's one of my favorite. He's a dream interview of mine. So Doc, he said, what's going on? He said, I don't understand why they continuously leave out the iconic Raw 2000 to 01 arena. I don't get that either. I think that we should have all the Raw arenas, all the SmackDown arenas. I don't get that either, man. I think that should definitely be looked at and looked into. Everything Pro Wrestling says Jake Roberts still in. I don't. If he is, man, give this boy a makeover. Like, give him a new attire. Give him something. He needs something. I hope he is in, but he needs a makeover, man. Same with Randy Savage. So WWE for Life says I got a PS5. I never play it. Oh, that sucks, man. It sucks. You're missing out. Spider-Man just dropped, dude. Go pick that up. He just continuously says WWE 2K23 is a poop game. Hey, man, it's not for everybody. Look, if you don't like it, you don't like it. You don't have to buy it. But it is the best wrestling game out there, by far. Devin says, speaking of Rock Showcase, John Cena was the intro star of Showcase. My idea of the Rock Showcase intro should be Young Rock intro style. That's a great idea, man. That's a great idea. Chris Williams says, I want Alex Wright in the game. Man. Next, you're going to say you want Disco Inferno. We're going to leave those two alone, man. WWE for Life says, I got all the wrestlers on WWE 2K19. And for PS4, why would I buy a new game? Oh, like I said, you don't have to buy it, man. You either don't buy it or, there's no point always complaining about video games because if it doesn't have something that if it's a deal breaker, then it's a deal breaker, right? Like, if there's something in a new Call of Duty game that I don't like, I'm not really into it. I'm not going to buy it. This year, they got me with nostalgia. So guess what? They got my money because I love the original Modern Warfare 2. That was my stuff, man. So yeah, they got my money. If you don't like it, you don't like it. I mean, it's not going to be for everybody. James says, integration on create arenas like the throwback Rumble entrance facing hard cam. Could be, man. That'd be cool. Maybe it wouldn't be cool. I remember that when it was facing the hard cam. You're talking about when it was facing the entrance ramp. I kind of like it to where it's the normal, but I don't know. We'll have to see how they do that. Lonnie says, I want promos back on universe mode. I think you're getting them, Lonnie. I think you're getting them this year for sure. So WWE for Life says graphics mess with my head. Oh, well, then maybe that, maybe the Ultra Pro, that's your thing then, man. Chris says, I want Norman Smiley in the game. The big wiggle, bro. The big wiggle. That's what it's all about. The Exodus 730 says, diving weapon attacks would be awesome. Imagine a real top rope. Yeah, I would love to see that. I'd love to see that. I want to see a new move set go in to where when somebody's diving off, you can dive into a crowd of people. Like, that would be pretty cool. You see it on TV all the time. I don't know why they haven't thought about that one, just diving into multiple people, taking them down. That kind of brings me back to SmackDown versus Raw 2011. When SmackDown versus Raw 2011 was around, you had the weapon physics, you had the other physics where you can break up a move or you can do whatever you want. They need to have that for the top rope physics where you're jumping off the top rope. There's multiple people there to catch you or whatever the case is. They can either reverse it and slam you, or you can just take them all out all at once. That's definitely something that needs to be in the game. So we'll see, man. Kevin says WWE 2K24 needs to be 2-year first fixed frame and too many bugs. Yeah, look, so about the yearly releases. The yearly release is not a 2K thing. If you're a gaming company, you would understand why they incorporate things like microtransactions or even a yearly release. A yearly release helps these gaming companies fund what they need to put in the game. So 2K, if they were to go every 2 years, right? That means double the funding, because if they are going to give you this grand game that has every single thing in it and they don't leave anything out, then what are they going to sell you in 2 years, right? So other than an updated game with graphics and different modes, maybe different matches, I don't know. But for microtransactions, man, the hardware costs so much to make video games today. So that's why we have things like microtransactions, because this continues to fund the game going forward if you want different things in the game later on. 2K23 did a great job. They gave us a lot of things for free this year. They gave us multiple free superstars. They gave us free arenas, things of that nature. They gave us a free arena last year, but you know what I'm talking about. Like they're trying to do right by the community at the same time. They released that Bad Bunny $10 out of that, man. So I don't know what was going on with that, but it is what it is. There is an explanation for everything, though. Unfortunately, it's just not gonna fit our narrative all the time, right? So Dap says, if 2K don't listen to its core base, should we boycott them? You can do whatever you want, man. I'm not going to boycott them. Look, I'm friends with some of the guys. I'm going to be completely transparent with you guys. I'm friends with a few of the devs. So, I mean, I don't boycott it. Like Beach Bite said earlier, it's just a 20-year habit at this point. Like, I'm just buying the new game every year. I enjoy them personally. There is a lot of things that need upgraded in the game, period. Like, you guys are all right. You're not wrong. So there's a lot of things that need to be fixed in this game. And unfortunately, I think they're just kind of looking at that My Faction mode as their get out of jail free card. This can earn us some more money to hopefully fund the next game more. You know, I don't know what the case is with it, but not a fan. Not a fan of My Faction. Seeing as Jade would be in, hopefully, what about Lexus King? He could. We've already got interests from him. So he's had his debut match on NXT. Could be good, man. Could be good. Absolutely. Easy E with that $5. Let me pull up your comment, buddy. Bastion Booger, 2K24. Thanks for that super chat, Easy. I appreciate you, brother. Yeah, Bastion Booger, man. Make it happen, 2K. We need the Brooklyn Brawler as well. We need that Brooklyn Brawler. Let me see here. We also got Paul, Ruthless Aggression Pack. Should be Basham. Basham Brothers, Muhammad Hassan, Molina. Yeah, I don't know if any of those guys are coming. I think the Bashams are running their own thing right now, aren't they? Aren't they a part of? They're a part of a wrestling organization somewhere. I can't remember. Conrad would know. Conrad, Everything Pro Wrestling. Put that in the chat. He says, I want Prince Iake in the game. Curvin says, why announce WWE 2K24? I want 2K23 to get more DLC and update for 3 years like GTA Online. They're not going to do it. So it's a WWE thing. WWE pays them for a yearly release. WWE takes most of the money. That's a WWE call. It's not going to happen, man. Unfortunately, it's just it won't happen that way. It's rough. I don't know why we can't just do it 2 years and give us the best game possible, because I'm with you on it. I'm with every single one of you. I would much rather have a game take longer and get more out of that, get more bang for my buck than just buying a yearly release. There's a lot of games that come out every October. So when WWE announced that they're going to start going to March, I was thrilled, beyond thrilled that they were doing this, because it was just killing my bank account, man. Killing the bank account. Let me see here. What else we got? We got a lot of comments here. I'm trying to catch up to. I want Horace Hogan. Yeah, Horace Hogan in the game. That would definitely be a selling point right there. Oh man, Easy E says need a talking wrestling DLC. I need Stang. Stang. Hey man, like I said, when Sting does retire in March, it's not out of the realm of possibilities that we see him in a WWE 2K25. It really isn't. So we'll have to see, man. He also says Ray versus Grand Metalik and Samoa Joe. At least Kane got us Taboo Tuesday. Oh man. WWE for Life showcase mode is poop. Man, you're a hard crowd, man. You're a hard crowd to win over there, WWE for Life. If you're a WWE for Life, man, you sure hate their video games. Renegade James says Dusty has to be in. Also, full on day or night options for Create an Arena should reflect in universe mode. I agree. I agree with that. The day and night motions need to be fixed. And Dusty definitely has to be in. Come on, baby. Absolutely, Dusty. Stadium options for Create an Arena. I think they have stadium options, don't they? They do have the stadium options for Create an Arena. I want Sick Boy from the Flock in the game. Get it, Chris. Curvin says, who care who's going to be in WWE 2K24 cover? Everybody really care about the gameplay. That's true. It's true. I've never, like, a cover is not going to deter me away from the game, right? Like, I still think the greatest cover of all time has to be that cover with Brock Lesnar from SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. Like, that was my favorite cover on a video game of all time. But, yeah, you're right. Cover doesn't matter. The gameplay matters. You're 100%. New to the channel, Billy That Kid. Welcome to the channel, man. I appreciate you stopping by. Hopefully you enjoy the content. We go live every Tuesday for actual wrestling podcasts. So we do our pro wrestling shoots on Tuesdays. We release lots of video content on here. There's a lot of stuff from us, man. Go and check out our channel. Go peep the channel. Take a look around. See what you like. Curvin says WrestleMania 40, Roman versus The Rock needs to happen. You guys have your wish last year with Cody Rhodes WrestleMania. No, sir. No, sir. I don't want to hear. Look, I don't want none of that. I don't want none of that. The Rock had his chance last year, and guess what? He blew you off, sir. As a fan, didn't care about you. He wanted to go make some movies, and he's going to do that again. He just needs to stay in Hollywood. Let's just have The Rock stay in Hollywood. Cody has his time coming. Easy says showcase objectives should be optional and not tied to unlocks. I look 100% agree. I literally play this mode just to get the unlocks, and I'm out. Give us unblocks for completing the match as we see for and let us play as whomever. I agree. I don't think it should be tied to just one person. Like I said, I think it makes the mode very boring and bland when they do that. It just depends on whose showcase you're telling, right? Like the John Cena showcase, didn't really enjoy. I didn't enjoy the Rey Mysterio showcase. A lot of people want this just replaced with Road to WrestleMania by this point. Billy That Kid says, have you happened to mention the possible Bray Wyatt showcase? I have mentioned a lot of Bray. So they're going to be doing a Bray Wyatt tribute. I don't think that they're going to be doing a Bray Wyatt showcase just because I don't think that they can get Luke Harper and Eric Rowan in. If they can, then maybe they will. The showcase is, like I said, it's sealed lips at this point. I don't know who they're going to pick. If they do a Bray Wyatt showcase, I'd be thrilled, man. I'd be thrilled with that. But I think that determines whether or not you get Luke Harper, you get Eric Rowan. They would have to leave out the whole Bryan Danielson thing, obviously, but I'd be okay with that. I would actually love that. Easy says, let us suplex people from the floor through the table, like Day of Reckoning, current announcers table 2. Yeah, convoluted. Yeah, I agree. That definitely needs to change. Day of Reckoning. So you can also do that in the older SmackDown games as well. You didn't have to just, I don't know, you can do it from the ring. If you set up a ladder, you can throw them through the table, all that stuff. So I don't know why that's not it. Easy says cover star for 24, Cody. 25, CM Punk. We'll see, man. We'll see who shows up at Survivor Series. It's It's kind of up in the air right now. You know what I mean? So who knows? Who knows? Wrestling code contracts aren't exclusive and never were. Kurt should have been in 2K games. For sure, man. Yeah, well, because WrestleCode is just that independent game, right? So we'll have to see what happens. We'll definitely have to see what happens with that. Mike says we need the honky tonk man. There you go, Conrad. Let her rip. Demolition, Tito Santana, Rick Martel, etc. I would love all of those legends, man. Doc says they need to add the DX and the Brood entrance to the game. Well, all the Brood is over in AEW. So I don't know if they're going to be able to do that. You got Edge, Christian, and the Hardys over there. The only ones that's not over there is Gangrel, which I'm shocked at this point that he's not. The Rockers. I would love a Rockers in WWE 2K24. That'd be awesome. Easy E says option to set in catering in universe mode and let me put the opponent's face in a ham. They definitely need some more freedom with that universe mode, man. I think it's getting a complete overhaul this year though, so I'm really excited to see what they do with it. If they don't do something major with it, then man, next time it's not gonna be good at all. Let's see here. James, hit up with that super chat. Come down here and scroll to it. Thanks, James, for that. Congrats on the success, brother. If WWE works, a big deal to have heels air for them. You could easily integrate them in a storyline involving the DWL. James, huge fan over here on on that heels show, man. I would love to see the DWL, man. Ace Spade. We just got a new dog for for my daughter and granddaughter. We just got a new pug and his name is Ace. So funny that you say that, man. Thanks for that super chat. Hey, thanks for the super chat, Dap. He says unlimited downloadable images, better blood physics. Dude, blood physics have to be a thing. I'd like to see the blood dripping and all that stuff. Like I want to see the thumbtacks. There's a lot of things that are going on with this that definitely need to happen. Thank you so much for that super chat, by the way. This is really appreciated. Let me see here. Easy E says Gangrel was DLC in 2K13. Tell Brian to dig out that intro. Yeah, for sure, man. Oh, Chris with the super chat at $4.99. James, really add the penny, bum. Thanks for that super chat. I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you so much. Let me see here. Everything Pro Wrestling. As a fan of the 80s wrestling, yes, but from business/PR perspective, hell no. Yeah, for sure, man. I got you. Are we talking a honky tonk man right there? Alexa Bliss, Matthew, welcome to the chat. Alexa Bliss will definitely be in the game. And let me see here. James said already called the bank, getting a refund on that super chat. That's great. That's great. Let's see here. Scroll back up to some of these comments. There's a lot of stuff going on right here. Dap says my faction sucks. I would rather pay for Alta tires than a DLC. Yes, I agree, man. I agree. Paul says the goon. The goon. Put him in. Make it happen, 2K. Mike says we need a Wolfpack theme. Oh man, jeez, how cool would that be to have like not a my faction, but a faction mode showcase mode? I made a video about it. Go and check out our content, by the way, guys, if you haven't seen it. Oh man, Everything Pro Wrestling says give E his $5 back for that comment. Always reacting CM Punk for 2K24, dude. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. I'm a huge Punk guy. Everything Pro Wrestling is a huge Punk guy. So yeah, that'd be a really cool thing. James says, considering all Vince has done in his past, is Vince with the stash in? Gomez McMahon confirmed for WWE 2K24. It's happening. It's happening. He's also saying, what's up, EPW show? Guys, go follow EPW show and Easy E, man. What's your YouTube channel, Easy E? Is it Dark Elite? He's got a lot of stuff on AEW Fight Forever. You should go and check it out. I love his channel. Very good channel. Go and check out the videos he produces. Wayne, what's going on, man? Welcome to the chat. NWO versus NWO Wolfpack. What is it? What is it, chat? What do you got? I got the original NWO, man, all day. I have to go the original NWO, man. The original 3. It's just and not the WWE version either. I'm talking WCW version. The original 3 beat out everything. But I was a huge fan of the Wolfpack back in the day, man. I was stoked. And when Sting joined, I was crushed because Sting was always that he was always that hero waiting in the wings, right? Like I was conflicted. But seeing Sting in that red face paint was dope. Paul says Vince Russo and Jim Cornette should be playable, and we can finally get to fight him when fight him wants to do. I don't see either of those guys make it in the game. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't ever see them coming in the game. I'd like to get Jim Cornette as a manager, to be honest. Give me the Midnight Express or the Rock and Roll Express, and you give me Jim Cornette, man. It's all hands on deck there. Oh man. Easy E says the Booty Man and Zodiac. Mike, what's going on? He says, Jesse, what do you think of Bash in Berlin coming? I think it's a good thing for those guys over in Germany, right? It's in Germany or Berlin or wherever it is. When you can get more people, Sirius XM is calling me right now. I'm gonna have to deny that. They're trying to get me to resubscribe to Sirius XM. The only way I'm gonna do that, Sirius XM, is if you put my show on your radio station. That is the only way I'm doing that. Anyway, yeah, I think it's a good thing, man. More wrestling, more places equals more fans. I think it's a positive. I think they have a passionate fan base over there in the UK area. So yeah, dude, I'm stoked for it. I really am. Need more legends, Wayne says. That's a fact, sir. Give me Kurgan, man. Give me all the oddities. Give me all of them. Give me ICP. Put them in the game too. Why not? See here, Hakeem and the African Dream. Yes, now we're talking. Give me Al Snow and Head. There we go, man. There we go. Al Snow would be so cool to see. I want to see a lot of the ECW guys too, like Sandman. I'd like to see. Jeez, there's so many. Like obviously Tommy Dreamer, but he's in Impact. I don't know what they got going on with him, but Tommy Dreamer would be great to see back in the game. Just Incredible, just people like that, man. Shout out to Just Incredible too. He follows us. That's pretty awesome. Easy says bring back Slobber Knocker, but you gotta play as Renegade. Last wrestler is Arn for the TV title. Slobber Knocker. I think the 3 Stages of Hell is making a return. That's for sure. Always reacting. I think they should do a cover with multiple stars on it. Yeah, they did it for Here Comes the Pain. I don't know why you can't just have more than one, but I agree. That would be pretty cool. Give me Hugh Morris. Hugh Morris would be pretty cool. Dog. I love the obscure gimmicks. We see these guys talking back and forth. Doc says I'd pay to see Cornette finally crack Russo with a loaded tennis racket. That's for sure, man. That's for sure. See, Easy E says if they finished that old Bray story from 2K22, it would be dope. Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. That would be awesome. Guys, I think we are going to wrap up. Let me see here. Thank you for another super chat, I think. I think I missed this. I'm so sorry. Says, I just want the Brood entrance back for Cause since WWE owns it. It probably will be released for a Cause. Thank you so much for that super chat, by the way. I don't know how that one slipped out from me. There's a lot of comments in here. You guys are going nuts. I appreciate this chat. Guys, I think we're going to wrap up for this one. Stay tuned to the channel, though. Tomorrow, I'm going to be dropping a new video, and we're going to talk some more WWE 2K24. As always, I'm Jesse Carter. We will be going live on Tuesday for the Pro Wrestling Shoot. Normal time, 5 p.m. start time, Pacific Standard Time. So come in, check us out, and skip NXT because we're better than that. Take it easy, guys. Peace.